Alright guys, the Punisher Max 17 here, and this is my unboxing video for the Liger Zero Schneider. Now this is a Kotobukiya Zoids model kit, one of the HMM high-end master models, and I just got this in the mail a few days ago. Gonna do an unboxing video for you guys, because whenever I was trying to pick out the Zoids kit I wanted, these unboxing videos really helped me. And it's a really impressive kit too, so I thought you guys would like seeing it unboxed. Now, just to start off with the box, I think this kit has awesome box art. You have the Liger Zero Schneider here, facing down a blade Liger, a red blade Liger there, and it looks really good. I absolutely love the box art, more so than just about any other of the Zoids models that I can think of. Okay, and here we have a go through of the parts themselves. Now, this model has a lot of parts to it. It has 40 runners, and I did a parts count, and I think it came up to about 558 or so. So this has a lot of parts. This basically on level with a perfect grade Gundam. Now, I'm going to go through these pretty quick because there's, like I said, there's tons of runners. Multiple duplicates actually, and that way this video isn't even longer if I go through this bit by bit. Anyway, this is a runner of the legs, like the upper parts of the front and hind legs, just the inner frame kind of stuff. Here's another runner. These are the main parts of the legs themselves, of the front and hind legs. You get two of those runners, and here is another runner of basically the core of the Zoid, you know, the main body of it, I guess you could say. And this is a runner of the internal frame of the head, for the most part. You can see there's an immense amount of detail on these pieces. Very, very impressive. Kotobukiya does a good job with that. I'm really impressed by it. And there's the cockpit right there. Now we have some light bluish, a little bit gray in there, I'd say, parts. Right here, these are what looks to be like some internal frames. To be honest, I really don't know where any of these parts go on it. Here's a runner of very dark bluish black pieces. These are the thrusters for the blades that come off of its side. And whenever it's in regular mode, they're on its back. You get two runners of those as well. Here's the white parts for the body. There's the front of the body parts. The cockpit cover kind of thing. This isn't exactly white, it's a little off-white, and usually I don't like that in model kits, but it looks very good for this. It's distinctive to the Liger Zero. It's the white that the model has always been, or the Zoid has always been. Here's some smaller runners, little black pieces. Some of these look like what almost should be polycaps, but are plastic. These are the bottom of the feet, two of those. And see, we have a brown runner, like the guns and stuff on the kit. Not sure how I feel about the brown, but oh well, I'll be painting it anyway and giving it some more detail. And a light gold color for the toes and stuff. Singularly articulated toes, or no articulated toes, I guess I should say. It's all one single piece, which I wasn't sure how I felt about that at first, but now I'm starting to think I like it, because the older Hasbro models had the separated toes, but if you weren't paying attention to it and just all the time, they would get all like off to one side or something, and it would start to look bad. So I'm happy that they did no articulation on those. Anyway, here are the orange pieces for the Schneider armor. Just some miscellaneous pieces like the leg armor, kind of stuff. Those are the ones on its back / side, I think. Really nice color of orange, though. Anyone who doesn't paint their kits, you should be really happy with this orange, because it's an amazing color, to be honest. It's molded really well. And we get another runner just like that, actually. Yep, another runner just like that one. And one more runner of orange parts. You only have 3 on this model. These are some of the leg thrusters. There's part of the tail, the head, outer armor parts, all that kind of stuff. Love these pieces. They're very good. Here's more of the darkish blue-black. These are some pieces like that connect to the side blades and stuff, bottom of the tail, just random kind of things like that. Here's the light blue-gray color. These are the side blades themselves, minus the actual blade part, which you'll see in a minute, but the main part of the blade on the side. You get 2 of those runners, and you also get the blade on the head, which you can see right there, or the main part of the blade on the head, yet again, to avoid any confusion. The actual blades are on a separate runner. These are the actual blades, still in the package, because there are some pieces like this one that's not really connected to any nubs, so I was kind of concerned if I took it out of the package at this point, with me not planning on building this for a little while, that something would break. So there are all the blades, pretty good sized. If you're familiar with Zoids at all, you'll know how big this kit is going to be about, so pretty nice. And a runner of the caps. Here's a bunch of small runners, just miscellaneous kind of stuff. Like these are poly caps, these are poly caps, the rest of these are plastic. Basically they're parts that look like they are poly caps, but not. That's just what all these are. And these are molded in the bluish black color, but yet again still just poly cap kind of pieces. So several runners of those. And now we have some smaller runners of white pieces again. You can see here and here. And another one of these runners, which is the same as that one there. A few more part bags here that I still have. More poly caps, regular caps, the bottom side of its feet. And if you're not familiar with these feet actually have little claws that come out at the very end. Whenever you put the gold covers on the top of these, the little claws still stick out. Personally, I'm not sure how I feel about that. It looks a little weird to me. It looks a little too real animal-like. It's almost looks like it's not the whole mecha sort of deal. But we'll see. Gold pieces for little springs and stuff that go in the legs. Very nice gold color. Looks real good. And one last thing here, the clear piece for the cockpit. This Zoid's core, which is kind of a little gimmick that Kotobukiya has been putting in these kits, which I was kind of indifferent about before, but I really like now. It's pretty cool. It's just like a molded marble sort of thing. And it's kind of neat, you know? They didn't have to add this kind of stuff in, but they did, and it's pretty cool. And then a big cloud figure that's pre-painted, and painted really well. All the little detail looks like him. You can tell it's supposed to be him, you know, Bit Cloud from the anime, who piloted the Schneider. And gotta give a lot of credit to Kotobukiya for this one. Like I said, they didn't have to include a painted figure. I assumed it would be like most Gundam kits, and it's, you know, paint it yourself, which is a huge pain and only like master modelers can do. But pre-painted looks awesome, so a lot of credit to Kotobukiya for that one. That's all the parts. Now I'll talk about the instruction manual and decals. Talking about decals, one big disappointment for this kit is those. That's all you get are 2 Liger Zero water slides. Now when you look at this kit in the instruction manual, it has a lot more decals, and I expected to get those, but no. I don't know if you can order them separately. I don't know if Kotobukiya offers them, or if you'd have to go to a place like Samuel Decal, if he would even have them. I don't have a clue. But I was a little disappointed in that part. But really, as of now, that's my only complaint with this kit, so it's still pretty good. This is the instruction manual. Big, thick, colorful, looks good. Love the front cover art. Just information about the Zoid itself. As you can see, the runners, and then you actually get into the assembly. It's a pretty different kind of instruction manual than a Gundam kit is, which is nice. They also have these little things on the side that indicate what you're building in on each page. So say you're looking for the waist section, and you need to check one part from that. You just flip through here and see, oh well, the waist section is being built on this page. You go right there and you're good. So I thought that was kind of cool. Let's see, let me get to the back here. And we have a painting guide, another painting guide, and this manual is being a little uncooperative with me, and a water slide decal guide, which, as I said before, is kind of pointless considering you only get 2 of them. But it does give you instructions on how to apply them in Japanese. So the pictures kind of help us Americans or anyone else who doesn't speak Japanese, but it's kind of cool that they do offer the manual or the instructions on how to do that in there for anyone who doesn't know. And then nice, colorful, cool back of it that shows you all the different functions that the Zoid has. One last thing to say about this is that Kotobukiya, which I've never seen before in Bandai or anything, maybe it's just the kits I've bought, but I've never seen this before, where it's a little order form for if you break a piece or something. Say you break a piece on the M runner. You fill this out, you're able to order the M runner, and it's only $3. 300 yen, that's about $3, $3.50. So, and again, a lot of credit to Kotobukiya for this. I think that's really cool that you can just buy one single runner from them. That's always a concern with me, oh, what if I break a part and it's going to screw everything up? But, you got this. Granted, I don't know if it works here in the U.S. or if it's Japanese only, if there's an English order form or whatever. But it's still pretty cool, I think. To people in Japan or anyone who can use it, it's nice offering on Kotobukiya's part. This is my first Kotobukiya kit, and I gotta give them a lot of credit for this. They've had some good stuff. They've really impressed me with it, just up to this point already. One last thing you get is this little poster folder, and it is of all the... It's a folder, like a regular folder you just put papers in, and it has all the box art of every Zoid they've released so far, which is really cool, because, the box art on these Zoids are awesome. And I actually didn't even know about this thing until a week after I got this kit, because Kotobukiya puts these 2 boxes in here, and then there's another box here, so they separate the parts into 2 boxes, and this was under them, and I had just taken the single parts out without the box itself, so I didn't even notice this, but it's here, and it's definitely something I'll be using. I mean, why not? I think it looks pretty cool. So that'll be about it, guys, for the unboxing. Stay tuned to my channel. It might be a little while before I get to this kit, to painting it and stuff, but I will get around to it. I got some cool ideas for it. Gonna do something fun. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys next time.